Pump it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with Trae.
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Hey everyone, happy Monday. I am Deaunte Damper, stepping into The Day with Trae as your host. Now before we even start, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Converge Media. And I'm just so happy to be sitting in here for Trae. Trae, you are my sister. We got a jam-packed Monday for you. So one of our first guests that we have will be Kisa Dupe, who is the HBCU of Washington Teen, Miss Washington Teen, sorry. And she'll be talking to us today more so about how you can be involved in HBCU outreach and also how you can sponsor some of these pageants that are coming out here locally. So I'm so happy to have her. I also have Jess from the Therapy Fund Foundation to talk to you more about eliminating barriers to Black healing. And before we go to the first break, I just have to talk, I'm going through some things right now. I lost my friend to suicide this week. Sometimes we don't know what Black men are going through. Sometimes we don't know what your friends are going through. So when you see someone going through something, I just encourage you to check in. You never know what pains can lie in somebody's spirit. Being connected with the Therapy Foundation is so important to community because it eliminates barriers to Black healing. And I'm so sad that James didn't have that opportunity. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with Kisa. You're on The Day with Trae.
What's up, Seattle, Rose City, Big Boise, Spokane, T-Town? I see you every weekend on Back to Besa. And of course, I'm bringing you stories from all over the PNW. You already know your girl's keeping it real everywhere I go. And of course, you can stream current episodes right now on the Fox Local app, available on your smart TV.
Seattle Opera presents X, the life and times of Malcolm X. The story of one of the most misunderstood figures in U.S. history comes to McCaw Hall for an exceptional night at the opera. Pulitzer Prize-winning composer Anthony Davis produces an American classic with influences from classical music, jazz, pop, blues, and more. Don't miss X, the life and times of Malcolm X, February 24th through March 9th at McCaw Hall. Details at seattleopera.org.
And welcome back. We're here with The Day with Trae, and I'm here with Miss Kisa Dupe. How you doing, sister?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing great. Can I just say I have just been fanning over the Instagram, your outreach to community with Miss HBCU Teen pageant. How has this process been going?
It has been going so amazing. I started off just kind of applying through their online application, and then I did an interview with the pageant directors, and then after I received my title as Miss Washington HBCU Teen, I've just been able to spread awareness about my platform on my pageant Instagram, and it's just been really great to get to kind of go with different organizations within our community and highlight them and teach more people about HBCUs.
And you have been doing some serious outreach. I've seen one of the things, and shout out to your wonderful parents. It seems like they've been like college, future, like since you were a baby. I've seen a picture of you at Spelman, and then you've taken a picture with your mom at Spelman. What has that process been like, outreaching to Black and brown people, Black and brown folks, or folks out here about enrolling into HBCUs or paying attention to the HBCU pageants out there?
Yes, so for me, I'm actually president of my school's Black Student Union. So I've been kind of, ever since I got this title, I've been highlighting an HBCU each week in our meetings. And then also just kind of with the community organizations, like I was able to be highlighted at Northwest Tap Connection in one of their tap shows. And the founder of the tap studio herself, Ms. Melba, actually brought me on stage and was able to announce my title to everyone. And so I was just really felt supported by that community. And also just having people kind of who are my age just get to learn more about HBCUs since they learned about my title, and they just look up to me in a way to kind of teach them more about HBCUs and the college application process.
I love it. Trendsetter, right? and I think it's also really important for black girls to see this, to see the excellence, to see the poise, to see you striving. I read that you actually went to Redmond High School. So what was it like graduating from there and then transitioning into going to Spelman?
So I'm actually a senior at Redmond High School right now, so I'm a current senior. I would say just after being president of Black Student Union for the past 2 years, I've really formed a community with the students there who come to the meetings. And so it was really exciting when I got my acceptance to Spelman, because I was able to tell everybody about it, and people knew that I wanted to go to Spelman for a long time. So when I was able to announce that I had gotten accepted, everybody around me was just very supportive and very happy for me. So I'm really excited about my future and going to an HBCU.
I'm loving this. Now, how can community continue to support this path? What would you say to a young girl? I have a niece who's graduating this year. What advice would you give to her?
I would say just keep your head held high and keep going. I know sometimes it may seem like with tests and everything, all the college application process is very long, very hard, but I would say just keep going through it and just keep applying yourself, because all the hard work is going to pay off in the end.
I needed that advice. I'm 38 and I needed that advice. I really appreciate that. And I think that a lot of community folks aren't having the discussion. Well, what I love about what you do, and shout out to NAACP, as well as there's some other organizations out here that have really been pushing. How important is HBCUs for community members to enroll into HBCUs out here?
I feel like it's very important for people to enroll into HBCUs from Washington and just the Pacific Northwest in general, because we don't really have the same exposure as, say, some states, maybe more down south, who have HBCUs in their state. So they're growing up seeing HBCUs, being surrounded by the culture anyways, whereas here in the Pacific Northwest, we're kind of shielded from kind of that viewpoint and our culture. So I really feel as though it's important for Washington students to kind of explore outside of Washington and get more acclimated within their own culture. Even if it does come with moving out of state, I do feel like it's worth it just to be able to be surrounded by a community that's going to support you and be there for you as you matriculate through their HBCU.
I know that's right. Now that's a sale. So, and you're now on your way to Spelman.
Not necessarily Spelman, but it's one of my top choices.
We're gonna finger cross,
yes.
Right? Why Spelman?
I have just been surrounded by the idea of Spelman for a very long time. My aunt actually graduated from Spelman, and so she was putting me in like Spelman onesies when I was like 2 years old. So I really feel like that's kind of what led me to have my eyes on Spelman for a very long time. But I'm also open to other HBCUs because they're all equally as important and they all specialize in different areas. I really value Spelman for its commitment towards uplifting Black girls and to young Black women, but I do appreciate other HBCUs for their commitment to their specialized education. For example, Howeard is committed to uplifting all Black youth, and they're very known for like their fine arts with the Chadwick Boseman Fine Arts Center. So each HBCU is important, so I'm considering all of them, but I've definitely had Spelman in the back of my mind for quite some time.
Okay. Spelman, Howard, any of them.
Yes.
So that is great. So I also want to make sure the community is able to support you, your efforts, Miss Teen HBCUs, not just in Washington State, but even nationally. If you can do us a favor and look in the camera and tell community how we could be able to support you.
Absolutely. So if you visit my Instagram page at Miss Washington HBCU Teen, you'll find a ton of links on ways to support me, donate me, and follow me throughout my pageant journey.
Oh, thank you. And thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to continue to support, and fingers crossed with the college applications, and hope that's successful. And shout out to your parents who are just
Absolutely.
back here just smiling from ear to ear. It's great to have a great support system like that. And thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. And I want to thank y'all. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with The Day with Trae.
What's up, Seattle, Rose City, Big Boise, Spokane, T-Town? I see you every weekend on Back to Besa. And of course, I'm bringing you stories from all over the PNW. You already know your girl's keeping it real everywhere I go. And of course, you can stream current episodes right now on the Fox Local app, available on your smart TV.
She can't be real.
You looking to make some money tonight?
Daughter, come help me with dinner.
Yes, Mommy.
So I told her. Hey, hey.
You are not the first or the only. There is a lineage you're inheriting. We are the blessed ones. The blessing.
Listen.
Right.
Something's green.
God, it smells so good.
Okay, because you know I made it.
Auntie, you made the greens.
Any longer on me?
Like, here we are. Welcome.
And we're back with The Day with Trae. And I'm here with the Director of Community Engagement for the Therapy Fund Foundation. Sorry, I'm laughing. Welcome, Jess. I'm just so happy to see you, and congratulations on the new role.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to talk more.
So you were doing outreach, and now you're the Director of Community Engagement. You've been with the Therapy Fund for a year. So happy to have you in that space. But what has the transition been like for you?
The transition has been quite daunting because I started about a year with the Therapy Fund Foundation. I was doing their social media, and afterwards, Ashley had asked me, like, do you want to come onto the team and become Director of Community Engagement? The transition has been more so navigating the workload and also being in a space where I am able to advocate fully for mental health and not just be a contractor. So that has been difficult, but also very rewarding.
Yeah, and community has been so happy to have you. And I know that y'all have so many different events that are happening this week, well, this month and next month. Can you tell us about some of those?
Yeah, so we actually have our listening session. It is started off of our Preserving Black Families program that's going to be on the 30th at 5 o'clock. And it's going to be an opportunity for us to be able to listen in on how we can support the community and what Black families really need to be well.
Yeah, and that's hosted by Ashley and...
Yes, Ashley is the CEO of the Therapy Fund Foundation, And she will be hosting with Nasari, who is our community outreach and one of our interns. And that's the most exciting part about this, is that we had just had our interns for the first time, and this is the first year. We are only about 3 years old. So that was a really big thing, to be able to offer our resources as well as offer continuing education to our interns. So she will also be there. Hilda will be hosting the session as well.
And I love just how the organization is continuing to eliminate barriers to Black healing. One of the things that y'all have done this year, you know I'm a strong harm reduction advocate, and y'all had a partnership earlier this year with Pierce County Public Health. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so Pierce County Health Department had reached out to the Therapy Fund Foundation for us to bring awareness to the fentanyl crisis that's happening specifically within King County and Pierce County. What we do know is that ages 12 to 14 youth from 12 to 14 are really being impacted more than we actually know. And so this was a opportunity for 4 to 5 students within Pierce County high schools to talk about how they've been affected mentally and seeing their peers be affected by the fentanyl crisis.
And what was that experience like? I mean, because we hear so much from like the news, but we actually got to see like youth be involved in the conversation.
Right, and we had a speaker come in who also experienced losing her loved one to fentanyl overdose. And I think to bring in a conversation about that really did create a sense of realism for the youth, you know, because we can go ahead and throw out statistics all day, but at the same time, there's moments of like, this is actually happening and this is what we are experiencing. And there was a question of, do you see this happening within like parties or, you know, like in your community? And they all said yes, they've all seen it happen. And so to be able to offer, you know, mental health resources as well as say, this is Narcan, this is how you use it to save a life.
Yeah.
And I think that was the best thing for us all in that space.
Absolutely, and definitely shout out to Innovative Change Makers. I've seen the video, it was amazing, and hope that we can see more of those. I think that we don't talk enough about harm reduction towards youth, for youth in that space. So what do we have coming up hold on, wait a minute, Reclaiming Wellness.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, I can. Reclaiming Wellness is the inaugural behavioral health conference. I shouldn't say inaugural because it's actually the second annual first BIPOC-led conference that we are holding and hosting. The Therapy Fund Foundation, or specifically Ashley McGirt, had the vision of going to different conferences and being in a fully white space and talking about, you know, what our community needs towards mental health. And her vision was to start the Reclaiming Wellness conference so that we actually had a safe space to be able to say what we actually needed.
Yeah.
So that will be in July 26th at Green River College.
You have a jam-packed spring and summer coming up.
Yes.
So we have an event coming up tomorrow. We also have Reclaiming Wellness. You're looking for volunteer opportunities. We're looking for a lot of we're opening up many opportunities for eliminating barriers to Black healing. Can you look in the camera and let community know about these community events, where they can find the organization?
The Therapy Fund Foundation and our resources to eliminate barriers to Black healing by offering free therapy services can be found at therapyfundfoundation.org, as well as our Reclaiming Wellness conference that's happening on July 26th at Green River College. You can find more information at therapyfundfoundation.org/events.
Thank you so much, Jess. I appreciate you, sister. And we'll be right back with The Day with Trae.
What's up, Seattle, Rose City, Big Boise, Spokane, T-Town? I see you every weekend on Back to Besa. And of course, I'm bringing you stories from all over the PNW. You already know your girl's keeping it real everywhere I go. And of course, you can stream current episodes right now on the Fox Local app, available on your smart TV.
Africatown Plaza is our latest affordable housing development project. It's 126 units of affordable housing over community commercial space.
It's the first time in my career, and I've been doing this for 10 years, that I was able to design for people who look like me.
Africatown Plaza is a beacon of hope.
Africatown Plaza is a love letter to the community.
Pacific Northwest Ballet presents Swan Lake, the world's most beloved ballet. Two weekends only. Tickets at pnb.org.
Welcome back, everybody, to The Day with Trae. We are about to close up today. I just want to thank my guest, Miss Washington HBCU Kisa, as well as Jess from the Therapy Foundation. I want to thank y'all for coming in. Tomorrow, we got a jam-packed show. We got Trae King, your real estate king, to give you more information about his upcoming events and black folks and black people in real estate. What does it look like to buy in this season right now? And of course, I say King Community himself, Coach T. We will be talking about all his different events. He has 150 different events, but we'll be going over 5 of them. Join us tomorrow on The Day with Trae. See y'all tomorrow, y'all.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.